Okay, the stream's on.
Let's get it on.
So, yeah, I think everything is awesome.
Everything is whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Solvidro, and we are today with Arind. Hello, Arind.
Hello, Arind.
Hello, Arind. So it's time for our weekly podcast. We have some news prepared for today. We'll see how it goes.
Really? No shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Okay, so let's start. Do you have any news that you want to share with us?
Well, Steam getting blocked in Malaysia was pretty big, I guess. Pretty big news.
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit yesterday, I think, or the day before. But what exactly happened there?
Well, the government of Malaysia decided to block Steam because of some game called Fight of the Gods, where there are characters. Basically, it's something like a beat 'em up, or maybe duels like Mortal Kombat or something.
Okay, so it's a fighting game.
Yeah, fighting game. And it's featuring gods, let's call them that, like Jesus, Buddha, and some other religious figures.
Okay.
So
and
I guess
they got banned. That the Steam got banned because of this.
Yeah, because they didn't like how this game depicts some of the religious figures, I guess. The Steam got banned for 24 hours, I think. But ultimately they lifted the ban because Steam representative or their spokesperson or whoever the fuck decided that they will block the download of this game in Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
So if you're from Malaysia and wanted to play as Jesus beating other people, then
sucks to be you.
Yeah, tough tatas.
That's pretty interesting, actually. I consider myself. Well, okay, I'm not going to say it because internet and all that. But I have no problem with things like that. I often take religion rather seriously, but I have no idea. I have no problem with depicting Jesus as this almighty guy that can beat up a Buddha, and the other way around, that Buddha can beat up Jesus. For me, it's rather fun.
I think Jesus in this game, when the game starts, just rips himself off the cross with cross pieces stuck to his arms, I guess.
Okay.
So he beats the shit out of other gods with cross fragments of the cross.
Hey, that's cool, actually.
Yeah, kind of badass.
Yeah. Jesus is badass in this fucking game, and not. I don't know why they had a problem with it.
There are some countries out there that have religious police or other organizations that don't enjoy that kind of things, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, I wonder if this game will be banned in Poland too.
I don't know. I think not, but then what do I know?
Yeah, we have some weird laws about it too, so I wouldn't be shocked if that would come true.
Well, from the description, I find this game rather fun. And just as we said, Jesus sounds like a badass. So I don't see why you would want to ban a game like this. But well, governments did a lot of crazy shit over the years. Just look at the Germany with the flowers rather than blood in some shooters, or just games that got banned in what's it in fuck.
I know there were a lot of games banned in Australia.
Oh yeah, Australia. Like that's
GTA
what I wanted.
5, I think.
Fucking Saints Row. If I remember correctly, was banned in Australia.
I don't think it was banned. It was removed from Target store.
Maybe.
I think people still can play that game there. But yeah, they have pretty restricted laws if it comes to violence in video games.
Yeah, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but most of this comes from the not understanding the psychology behind games. We've done so many studies about it, and there is basically no connection between violent behavior and video games. Or crimes committed and video games, let's call it that.
Yeah, so that is some bullshit. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
So anything else from you? For now?
I think that's about it. You're the main news guy in this group.
Okay. So let's start with releases that happened last week or this week, whatever you want to call it. First one is, well, it's a rather small one. Will not be talking too much about this unless you have something to say about this game. And I'm talking about Knack 2, which is sequel that nobody really wanted, and everybody was surprised when the game was announced.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but the game was released a couple days ago. Last Thursday here, and I think Wednesday worldwide. The game score is not that bad, actually. It's 71 on Metacritic and 73 on OpenCritic. So it's rather good. But as I said, not general consensus is that the game is good, but no much more, nothing else. Let's say it that way. So it's a good game, and that's about it. But the other
seems the game is more targeted to the younger audience.
I think the game is rather targeted to everybody because, well, Knack 2 have couple new what you call it, couple new features that really makes the game more enjoyable for everyone, not for kids. Especially considering the fact that the first knack as well as knack 2 is rather hard. They are hard games to play. It's not like they seem like for the games for kids, but they're not actually. Even though I think the first one had Peggy 7 and this one had Peggy 12. It's not that the games are not that easy to play. So that's weird. But
yes, RB is like 10 plus. So for kids 10
yeah,
plus years old.
Yeah, because of the graphics, but the game is not really that easy. I learned it the hard way because I've played in Act 1. Yeah, that's about it when it comes to Knack. And the second release that we had this past week is Destiny 2, which has a shit ton of problems on various fronts. So let's start with the basics. The score on Metacritic is 84 for PS4 version. There is no score for Xbox One version. And on OpenCritic it's 82. 1.2 million active players at its best, and unknown copies sold for now, so we don't know how many copies exactly was sold of this game. Generally, the game had a very positive reception. You can say that it's a critically acclaimed game because of the scores and general consensus that the game is much better than the first one. It fixed a lot of problems of the first one, but this is where it starts to get well, let's call it weird, maybe, because from information that I've gathered, the game has problems, and very specific problems, which is surprising. And what I mean by it is, across the board, every version has problem with connection to servers. And PS4 Pro specifically version has problem with constant freezes, even a couple of minutes into the game. The devs said that they are working on it, but we have no definitive answer when to expect a patch. And at least maybe there is patch available right now, but I'm not able to. I wasn't able to find anything about this, and if the patch is dropping right now at this second, I don't have Destiny 2, so I can't confirm it. And there is a ton of other problems, well, quote-unquote problems with the game, with its microtransaction system, and, well, basically a shit ton more at this point.
So what you're talking about, loot boxes or something?
Yeah, loot boxes. There is a lot of loot boxes. And
okay.
Well, and specifically the loot boxes that are well, let me put it this way. In the first Destiny, there were shaders. You could just go and buy a shader. Yeah, there were microtransactions as well. You could buy a shader, but you could use it as long as you wanted. So you bought a shader once, and then you can use it for every single item that you have. Now, the shaders are single use and costs, I think, about half the price than the compared to the first Destiny. So, well, that is some bullshit right there.
So they didn't make anything like you unlock color and you can keep applying it. You just, it's one use, then you apply other color and you lose the other color.
Yeah, it's, well,
yay, microtransactions.
Yeah, it's I'm not a fan of microtransactions, and I think that most people are not fans of microtransactions, but let's be realistic. If there is an obligation for me to have microtransactions in the game, of course, first and foremost, I don't want any microtransactions in my games, especially full-priced AAA games. But if the developers fuck, I lost thought. If developer puts microtransactions in the game, and I prefer the first Destiny, the model from first Destiny, than the one from second Destiny. Especially when you consider how many things they did right now with the loot boxes and shit.
Is that you can buy some engrams or whatever fuck that is. I never played Destiny before.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is either. I've played a little bit of the first one, but I'm not very fond of the first one.
Yeah, seems like it's some kind of end game gear. But the trick to that is you buy them from loot boxes and you basically have to... You get a random one, so you have to buy a couple of them and keep opening and wish to the RNGesus that you get your the gear you want from it.
RNGesus.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a phrase used by everybody by now, I think.
Well, I never heard it before, so...
The other one is there. RNG Gods. Gods of RNG. Yeah, it's kinda like betting, I guess. Because you have guarantee win, but you have to do it over and over, and it's not always guaranteed that you get what you want, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, RNG for ya.
It's kinda messed up because I think they're playing on people's tendencies to gamble, I guess. But what the fuck I know.
Well,
are they offering any, I don't know, any clothes or something, skins for your character or something like that? Just the shaders for colors? Nothing beyond that.
As far as I know, this end game gear is one thing that you can buy, or shaders and that sort of thing. So it's not like there is a shit ton of things to buy, I think. But even the ones that you can buy right now, well, are not that great. As if any fucking microtransaction can be great, but well, I've seen better ones than this.
I think they're offering emotes in game too. So
I
can
never
buy emotes for
seen
your
any
character.
emotes, but well, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some right now and it seems like they are from the shop. So yeah, la-di-da, fucking video games with microtransactions.
Yeah, video game.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna ever play anything on PlayStation and Xbox, so
Well,
I don't really
Destiny
care.
2 is coming to PC October. Oh, November. I think.
Okay, so it's gonna be another title I'm just gonna ignore.
Okay, fair enough.
Yay. Yeah, there's still games coming out without microtransactions. I have things to play.
Yep, that is correct. Okay, so that's about it for the releases. So let's
So
get...
once or everything?
No, not that, not so fast. Okay, next news is about DayZ, which is a game that happened some time ago. Funny thing with this game is that right now it loses player base rather quickly, and right now it has less than 4,000 active players, which is the worst that they had since 2013, when the
Everybody
game...
playing that PUBG game, probably.
Well, yeah, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds can be blamed for this, maybe. But, well, let's face it. It's basically death for DayZ. I'm not saying that it's complete death, because there are some active players in the game. Someone still wants to play this, but comparing this to everything that well was earlier, to the player base from earlier days of this game, well, not so good. Not so good for the for the publisher and for the guy who created the game. You can argue that, of course, most people already bought the fucking game, and right now they don't give a fuck about the how many active players there is still in the game. But well, I think it's I don't think it's the case, at least in this game, with this game, because I remember that the creator of DayZ was speaking very. He was very upset last time when the player base dropped. So right now, when the game is presumed dead, let's call it this way. Well, I think that he may be a little bit devastated.
Didn't he leave the team in the middle of development? The guy that made the mods, at least, for the Arma?
It doesn't. Well, maybe, but yeah, you might be right, but it doesn't change the fact that he still was saying a lot of things about the game and the state of the game during past couple of years. So I don't know what he's doing right now, but well, remember that DayZ is a game that never got properly released. If I remember correctly, the game is still in early access or some other shit of that.
Yeah, not many games leave early access, I guess.
Yeah, and even less games are good.
Initial release date was somewhere in 2017, so this year it's supposed to come out.
Okay.
Supposedly.
But it didn't come out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, figures.
And now it doesn't have to.
And now it doesn't have to. It can be in early access forever. It's not like someone cares.
There are a couple of games that are still in early access.
Well, there are a shit ton of games that are still in early access.
Did H1Z1 ever come out? I think it's still early access.
I think the one of the two modules, this came out. It's called the King of the Hill. I think the King of the Hill. Came out.
I think King of the Hill is a mode, and the title is King of the Kill.
Oh, okay. And I think this came out, but only this.
Yeah, and DayZ seems like it was in the projects was on Steam, at least for early access, since 2013. So yeah, it's in early access for quite a while. I'm guessing people just got tired of this shit.
And the game wasn't. The game wasn't released for. Well, it's not. It's technically not released still after all this time. And it's not like it's fucking Star Citizen that they have more money than anybody else, and they can do and they are doing, I don't know what now. What is this version, like version 12 or something? So it's not like in DayZ they are
Star
still...
Citizen?
Yeah. It's not like in DayZ they are releasing new features. At least I don't think they are releasing features.
The devs seem fairly active on Steam. 29th of August was last status report on the game from the development team. And the game is in version 0.63 now.
Yeah, so a
At
long,
least a demo version
long
of
way
it.
to version 1.0.
Yeah. So I guess still long away from release.
If it ever happens.
Yeah, no, it might never happen.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so
good going, team.
yeah, you do you.
We
What
take
do
our
we know?
time.
You are
We'll
just
take our
some
time. It's
guys.
not like there are other games coming out.
Well, the only other game, zombie game that, well, the only two zombie games that I can think of right now that are coming out are Days Gone on PS4 and State of Decay 2 on Xbox and I think PC. So, yeah, well.
Yeah, seems like the modes like one man standing, and I think it's called the mode, that are fairly popular now, and not many people like to shoot the zombies. Because I can imagine after a while, if you play DayZ every day, it gets really boring because you know every behavior of the zombies.
Yeah,
And
you are
they
doing
don't.
basically the
Yeah,
same shit over and over again.
yeah, they don't pose any challenge anymore. You just basically ignore them and go fuck away because you don't have to defend yourself anymore.
And it's not like they like in State of Decay, when, if I remember correctly, this is the game where zombies pose a real threat to player. If you are not with a team or you are not careful, no matter how many hours you spent with the game, at least the first State of Decay, and so presumably the second one will be the same or close to it. And Days Gone seems like when you attack one zombie, there is no 1-2 zombies. There are always like a horde, or even more than a horde. It's some a whole fucking
the
mass
scary
of
aspect.
zombies.
Okay, the scary aspect of zombies was always the generic enemy that can come in millions. So you basically are overwhelmed by them, and this is what's supposed to cause you to fear them, I guess.
Yeah, that's why the Walking Dead series, the game or the TV show, was such a success, because it is precisely the premise on what they were built. So go and fight one walker or one zombie, and in 2 minutes you have the whole fucking army against you. So I don't know how is it with DayZ, because I never played DayZ. So if anyone in the comments played DayZ, tell me what exactly the game is about. Is it just another zombie killing thing, survival, or maybe there is something more to it?
I would imagine players cause more harm than zombies in that game.
Yeah, well, that's another thing.
Okay, I think we've exhausted the topic of this game, at least. Don't see
So let's
what else
move
can we
on
add.
to another one.
Yay!
We've talked about Bethesda's Creation Club last week. Right now we don't have any news, thank God, for for the Creation Club. But there was a weird development on one of the with one of the developers, like lead developers in Bethesda. He said that in this year, in this calendar year, the Bethesda will release 6 games. So, considering that they are talking about half about the ones that we know, so Evil Within 2 and Evil Within, Wolfenstein, and the third one is Dishonored. The Dishonored big DLC. So even taking those 3 out of the picture, supposedly there are 3 more games that will come out.
Those
I have
will
no
be
idea
some...
what, especially that we have now like almost the middle of September. So not a lot of time till the end of the year. What are you going to do, Bethesda? Because I have to say I'm curious about what are you going to do exactly with all of this that you said you will release with all of the games. What are those fucking games? Are they just like another stupid games? Like the Elder Scrolls Legends, a little card game on Android and iOS, or are there some more? Some bigger games? No one knows.
I don't see any info on that. Weren't there maybe it's the project that they were talking about, like the VR Fallout 4 or some other bullshit.
Well, yeah, there is Skyrim VR and Fallout VR, that's correct, but I'm not so sure if they are talking about this game, those games. Maybe.
Yeah, there's not much info about this. All I can find is that there's gonna be some Morrowind expansion to Elder Scrolls Online.
I think that there already are some expansion. Well, there is, and I think. Okay. Again. I think that Morrowind expansion already came out, so... But I may be wrong.
Yeah, if they're gonna release 6 games, they don't have a lot of time left. It's like, what, 3 months left in this year?
Let's be generous, 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Even then, that's a lot of manpower required to release 6 games.
Yeah.
Especially since we don't know much about those games and what stage they are in currently. Maybe it was just some PR slip-up from them.
Well, maybe. Well, there was some slip-up, that's for sure, because there was also an information that there will be one more game to this lineup this year, but it's still an unannounced game. But the guy that announced it a couple days ago, well, or rather just blabbed about it a couple days ago. It was demented already, so right now there is no such thing as another game from Bethesda.
Yeah, I imagine there's gonna be just some bullshit like mobile game or some other maybe expansion to some of their other games or DLC. I don't expect any big releases from them this year, at least.
Well, except for the Wolfenstein and Evil Within 2.
Fuck.
Because they are, well, they are still considered the AAA games. So, you know, there's that.
And Bethesda been fucking up for like what, a month now?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not paying too much attention to Bethesda, actually. Especially after the Creation Club.
Yeah, the thing with the Creation Club is it's pretty much a dead horse and better not talk about it anymore. I think the saying is we're beating on a dead horse. Bethesda gonna do what Bethesda gonna do. And people don't like it, don't buy it, don't endorse it.
Yeah.
Basically what Total Biscuit was saying, vote with your wallet. I was saying this for a couple of years now. I think that still applies.
It always applies. Especially in times like this. When we have microtransactions fucking everywhere.
Okay, so next topic, I guess.
Next topic. Next topic would be another semi-release, or rather a rare release in this case. And I'm talking about LA Noire, which will be remastered, and the game will come to PS4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch with new textures, well, not new models, but better models in full HD and on PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X with 4K. The game will be released November 14th, along with the VR cases for HTC Vive on PC. So we have, let's say, two new versions of LA Noire, one on the consoles and the current generation consoles, and one for the PC, which is HTC Vive VR thing. You want to say something?
Yeah, LA Noire. It's a detective game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing it, but I basically got bored in the middle of it, I guess. I think I'm in the middle. So I never finished this game, and this game has a huge world, but I don't think there's much to do in it.
Well, there
Because
is...
everything is basically around this story that they are pushing to you.
Yeah, there is little to no to do actually. It's just like Mafia games. At least the first two Mafia games where there is... the whole city is built, but there is not much you can do. Especially in the first one. In the second one at least, you have couple things to do. Not much, but a little bit, like upgrading your car or buy different sorts of clothes and all that, or guns and that shit. But in the first one, there was virtually nothing to do in this world, and it's the same with LA Noire. There are some little side things to do, but they are not much, and they are pretty boring.
Yeah, I think in the first one you could unlock new cars if you did some side missions. But I think those were only for the free mode, I guess. But yeah, LA Noire is very story driven, so I guess there's not much to do outside of that.
Yeah, I finished the game on PS3. I bought it again on sale on PC for couple bucks. The game's good. I'm not going to say that it's not, because it actually is rather good game. But well, it's not a game for everybody. And even though it was a game for me, for some time at least, I don't think I'm gonna buy it again.
It's a good detective story driven game. But aside from that, there's not much to do in it. So yeah,
So
if
a lot
someone
of
enjoys
people...
the story, the people can buy this game.
A lot of people says that this is the game to play it once, so play it once and then forget about this, because it's a good story but nothing else to do there. I think you can play this again, but well, it's confusing.
I guess to get a better score on your investigation, find new things that you didn't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you see, the thing is that when I've played it the first time, if I remember correctly, every case you can finish on 1, 2, or 3 stars. And except for the first and second one, I finished every single case with 3 stars later. So there was no point in going back and doing this. Probably I think that those little things that, just as you said, like some details or what you missed for the first time. This is the only thing that I can think of that would make this game to make me play this game again immediately after, at least. Because after some time, yeah, sure, I'm considering to actually play it again on PC, because it's quite some time since I've played it and I don't really remember it right now. But other than that, well, yeah, probably not the best choice at the full price right now, especially if you have a good PC to play this game on PC.
Why the hell not they won't make a remake of Red Dead Redemption release?
Why they don't make why they don't give us any information about the Bully 2 or the Agent which was supposed to come out in like 2011, I think. Well, these are all good questions.
Not that excited that they releasing the L.A. Noire. If you enjoy solving mysteries, I guess this game is for you.
But still not full price. Not at full price. Buy it on PC if you have a PC, if you have a good enough PC. It will never look on console that good that it is on PC. Let's be realistic.
The Microsoft is making the most powerful console ever.
And I have a and I have 2 years old PC which is on par with Xbox One X, if not better. So yeah.
Moving on.
Another thing, what do we have here? Yeah, we were talking about this little game called PlayerUnknown Battleground. The game just couple days ago, the developer informed that there are more than 10 million copies sold, and at the peak there is almost 1 million active players.
And still server issues, disconnections, banning people for driving next to streamer and honking. Glorious endorsement.
Well,
yeah, as you can tell, I'm not a really big fan of this game.
I'm not a big fan either. I don't want to play it.
Yeah, this game is gonna come to consoles too, so this is gonna get fun. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna implement microtransactions for console.
I have no idea. But well, I know that it's basically impossible right now, but I would love to see the world without microtransactions.
Nah, those are gonna stay, and you're gonna love them.
Yeah, well, I figure that much.
We can stop buying games with microtransactions.
Or you can stop buying microtransactions, but to be honest, it's only just a talk. We can talk about this, that yeah, you can buy you can stop buying microtransactions and all that shit, but it's futile. There is a shit ton of people that will still buy it, and well, just as you said, the microtransactions are here to stay, and there is no much we can do about this, because this is the business model that 99% of the companies right now at least are considering. which is sad, but it's true. And what can we do? Right now, right at this point, nothing really.
Fucking.
At least I think so.
Yeah, I know. Whatever we're gonna tell, people are gonna buy them anyway. Because it's either convenient, because you get an item quicker, or it's just fucking stupid because you get a random item. Depending
if people with much more influence than us said this already, like, I don't know, Total Biscuit, for example, then no matter how much we will be talking about this and saying don't buy this fucking game or something, not game but microtransactions, it will not change anything.
Yeah, not really a game. If you like the game, buy the game, but don't buy into this bullshit, at least. Maybe not everyone heard the news, so I'm basically saying the same what the people before us said before.
Yeah, and the people after will be saying...
Yeah, and from what we've seen with the new Warner Bros. Game, Warner Bros. Interactive, the War of Mordor, or what it's called.
Shadow of War.
Yeah. For me, it's always fucking Mordor. Shadow of War, it can get only worse. So yeah, have fun with single player games, with microtransactions.
Yay, single player games with microtransactions. That's what I always wanted.
I'm gonna play Gothic 1.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Have you ever heard about the game called Okami?
The Japanese art style or something.
Yeah, the game was on PS2. Then it was re-released, the HD version on PS3 and Wii, Nintendo Wii. And apparently, I didn't know about this. A month ago, someone from the developers said to Kotaku that there will be a new one. Well, not the new one, but they will re-release it once again on PS4 and Xbox One. And right now there is also an information, unconfirmed right now, but that the game will come out on PC as well. I have no idea what to make of it, because the game is still pretty no matter where you play it, because of the art style. And it's still one of the really great games that came out on PS2 back in the day. But the game is, I think, like 10 years old or even more. Well, 10 years for sure, but I think even more. And is there really a need to do it? Is there really any I don't know, is there really any reason to do it?
Other than make money?
Yes,
Maybe.
other than make money, I don't think so.
Just make a new game. Stop re-releasing 3 times the same title.
Well,
Same
there
title
is
for
an
the third
info that if the game will sell, I think they will do the Okami 2. But
Yeah, so let's hold our title hostage.
yeah, as
If you don't
always.
buy many copies, we won't make a new game. That's always a good development strategy.
Yeah, good job, developers.
So it's gonna be Okami HD, from what I can tell.
Because the one on PS3 and Wii was called Okami HD as well. So this is Okami HD HD.
That's not gonna get. It's not gonna cause any problems on game distribution platforms.
Yeah, it won't confuse customers. That don't you worry about that. Don't even worry.
Hey, they wouldn't be doing that if people didn't buy games that are re-released for a 10th time or whatever. So hey, you do you, game developers.
As always, you do you. But we are still here. We are still watching. I don't know what that means, but fuck it, we are still here. We are still watching.
Means we're perverts. Staring through your window.
To some extent, maybe.
Doing steam marks on a window. I don't know what that's called. Breath marks. There's steam collecting on the window from our breaths. And let's not go further than that.
Yeah, maybe let's leave it.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. Okay, next.
Next one, yes. Borderlands 3 is still on its way. And we still don't have any fucking information whatsoever about the game, except the fact that it's supposed to be released next year, and that at least 90% of Gearbox software is working on it. Which is a new information that Gearbox gave us this past week. I guess, hooray! We have something about this game?
And the other 10% is marketing. Because we don't know shit.
Yeah? I don't know, this is stupid and confusing and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even see any art style or anything for this game.
There is like one trailer, and it's not even a trailer, it's just a technology showcase. And it's...
Cordes.
And there are couple like concept arts. Nothing more. And the game is supposed to come out next year. So, to some extent it's good, because we don't have any information about the game, and it will be a new thing. So we will know. So everything that we will learn will be new, but at the same time it's A little bit worrying. We don't know shit about this game.
So I think they are doing the same like with the first game. They are just showing a tech demo what the engine can do and showing off their shaders and such. So yeah, there is not much info about this game now. But hey, we can expect Borderlands 3 now.
Yay, yay us.
2020?
Well, supposedly 2018, but fuck if I know.
Yeah, not much info, it's coming out next.
Yeah, not much info, it's coming out when it's done. Next topic. Basically.
Done when it's done.
Yeah, it's Blizzard motto. Mostly. Okay, next one, because I think that's about it for this. A little update as to where the war between Vivendi and Ubisoft stands right now. If anyone is interested in this, just a quick update. Vivendi is close to a success because according to French law you need to have at least 30% of the shares to be able to buy the company and do the fusion or something. Right now Vivendi has 27%. Of course, they still analytics said that Vivendi will need about 6 billion euros to buy Ubisoft, and even though they are a massive company, they might not have the required money, so it could never happen. But yeah, we are much closer to it than we were not so long ago. So fingers crossed, because I still want my Beyond Good and Evil 2. So maybe Vivendi won't buy fucking Ubisoft.
It's called Hostile Takeover.
Okie doke. So, if you have any comments on this, go right ahead, and if not, then we're going to the next thing. Okay,
companies being scammy. Not a big news to me.
Okay, so another thing from WB, because why not? Our two favorite companies, well, maybe not two favorite, but close enough. Turbine and WB are creating a new game for iOS and Android, Game of Thrones Conquest, with the mechanics from Game of War, so expecting much more Legend 27 memes. Basically, that's what's going to happen. A lot more Legend 27 memes.
Game is on Google Play and you can pre-register for it.
Yeah, you can pre-register for everything right now.
Yeah. You get free Prepare for War bundle, which is $50 value.
Oh my god, I'm going to register right now. No, never.
pulling those prices out of their asses.
I don't care about Game of War. I don't care about WB. I would like to play some strategy game from Game of Thrones, but recently I discovered a great mod for Attila Total War. So hey, I'm good.
The game looks shitty and looks like it's the one of those that you have to basically play it 24/7 to make sure you're not attacked or something. So basically you're gonna pay for microtransactions that would allow you to shield yourself from attacks, I guess, because that's most of those games models. So yeah, don't see why I would play it, but if you like wasting your time and money, go ahead.
Yeah, that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yep.
There is a new contender to the title of the best Western style game,
Okay.
which is This Land Is My Land. A new game from Game Labs, developer of Ultimate General and Naval Action series. The game is PC only title, third person perspective, and this time it has a Native American protagonist. So no being a cowboy bullshit. You have to well, according to the news, you will basically protect your land from cowboys, which is interesting.
We all know how that ended.
Yeah, it's a stealth-based game. Open world, Western style, stealth-based game. So it's interesting to me, at least. I think it might be interesting alternative for Red Dead Redemption, because I have to say I don't believe in Wild West Online or whatever this game is called. The Western MMO game. I think it's Wild West Online, but I can be wrong. So yeah.
Wasn't one of the Call of Juarez you played as the Native American in that?
I don't think so. There was a Native American in the campaign, but I don't think it was a playable character.
Series. I think Bound in Blood it was called.
So the second Call of Juarez.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Where you were playing, one of the playable characters was son of the guy from the previous game. And you could basically stealth it with the bow and arrow, I think.
Excuse me, but how the fuck is this possible? Bound in Blood was the prequel to the first one.
Okay. Then maybe I'm fucking up.
That's true that in the first game there, or in Bound in Blood, I don't remember, there was a Native American woman that was girl of one of the protagonists, but Bound in Blood was for sure the prequel to the first Call of Juarez.
I remember using bow and arrow.
Maybe it was just like a little bit of a game, like a little chunk of the game.
Character was called the fuck.
Character was called the fuck. This is interesting. Go on.
Yeah. Not literally, but I remember playing one of those Call of Juarez games where I was using a bow. And one of the playable characters was a native. But I don't remember which one of those games that was. Yeah, he was running from the brother of the killed guy. Oh, maybe it was the first one, now that I think about it.
Okay, that's much more probable.
Yeah, much more likely.
Yeah, that makes much sense.
Yeah, it was so long ago I don't remember the details. Yeah. There it is, bow and arrow, stealth mechanic. Nothing new.
Okay.
Yeah. Kinda off topic, but whatever. So yeah, Western, native, bow and arrow. Anything else?
Other than that, no. About this game anyway.
Yeah. Okay, next topic, I guess.
Okay. The next one, it will be... Is it the last one? Not. It's second to last one. In last year, Obsidian Entertainment announced that they are creating a new game. It was supposed to be well, we didn't know what it's supposed to be. We only knew that it will be on Unreal Engine 4. Right now we know a little bit more because of the job offer for senior UI designer that states that Obsidian is looking for someone familiar with creating a multi-platform RPG game with Unreal Engine 4. So a little bit of news, a little bit of a little more specific. What is the game? But yeah, no, nothing more.
So like Borderlands, not much info.
Not much, yeah.
Gonna be a new game.
Yeah, so right now not much info. But it's not the first time that we know something because of the job offer. It happened before. It will surely happen again.
Yeah, job offer, copyright, reserving titles for games. That's about it.
And the last game related topic right now. There will be an adventure game, Cyanide and Happiness adventure game. It was financed on Kickstarter. The 300,000 bucks that they needed was just they just were able to collect. The game is coming to PC right now. Well, the plan is for PC, but developers said that they want to release it on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and tablets with presumably Androids and probably Androids and iOS. So I don't know the Cyanide and Happiness. I've heard about it. I never seen it. But I know a lot of people that are really into it. And well, good for you. Now you have a game based on this. I think it's a cartoon or something.
Yeah, really messed up one.
Really messed up maybe, but still a cartoon.
Hey, they've got stretch goals on Kickstarter. Basically, the 300,000 that they're getting is what they needed to make this game.
Yeah.
And 327,343 is what they collected, with about 9,000 backers and 24 days to go. And they're saying that if they collect 350,000, they're gonna make in-game achievements.
Yay!
Yeah.
Like, we need fucking achievements.
Some people like...
Yeah, I know. I personally
to
hate
get
achievements. I don't care about achievements, but if you are one of those people that want achievements, hey,
Nope.
just go and back this game and you will have achievements in it.
Okay, looks like one of the items that you can acquire is Grandma's Scope.
What?
Yeah, I'm checking out the Kickstarter site and there's a picture with, I guess it's the main protagonist holding a grandma, and if there's a pop-up saying you've acquired Grandma's corpse. So yeah, that gives you about anything you need to know about the humor in this game, or
Okay.
how fucked up it is.
So I think it's not for me. But
I might enjoy it. I like dark humor. And it's gonna have a co-op.
oh, that's
Nope.
cool.
Nope, the character is called Cooper.
Ah,
Sorry. Coop for short. So yeah, no co-op. Fucking love this game.
well, I was thinking about how the fuck do you want to do a co-op in an adventure game, but hey, everything's possible.
A co-op adventure game. Get on it, internet. Okay, moving on, I guess.
Well, that's about it for the news that I have prepared. So some things happened, not much that exciting. Couple of things that were exciting, but not a lot. And yeah, well, the only thing that we have left is one movie news and returning from being absent last week, the game releases. So about the movie news, the most interesting that I found is about Indiana Jones 5, which is supposed to be right now the reboot of the series. There is an information that the script is finished, so the shooting can start and will start soon, I think. But more interesting is the fact that Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford and Shia LaBeouf are not involved in this project. It is entirely new thing. The only returning actor is, I don't even know his name. He is from the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Harrison Ford.
So yeah, great start, especially if you wanna do a reboot. Then off to a great start, guys. Good job.
Just about anywhere I look, it says that the director is Steven Spielberg.
Well, I've read the news. The news is from yesterday that the screenwriter announced that Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford are not involved with this project. So a little bit confusion.
Say that they're gonna start filming in 2018 and Harrison Ford reprising his iconic role as Indiana Jones in untitled upcoming 5th installment of the series.
Okay, so someone is pulling shit out of his ass. And if you are finding this everywhere, then I think that Mr. Screenwriter needs to stop taking his pills and stop doing, I don't know, LSD and get his shit together, because he's basically spreading the lies everywhere. Or
we call it misinformation.
Yeah.
They never lie.
Okay. Let's call it.
Since you found this news yesterday, I think maybe there was an update to it. I don't know.
Well, we'll see in upcoming week, because there is a good chance that there will be more information about this. If it really is the case.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf won't be playing this movie.
Yeah, this is the only thing that is confirmed.
Yeah. And if someone is keeping up with what Shia LaBeouf is doing, then
then just do it!
Okay, so this is 5th in the series, and they're saying it's not gonna be the last one. So I guess we can expect more from the franchise. Of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well.
It seems like Harrison Ford wants to reboot all of his classic movie franchises.
He wants to
So
reboot
what?
all of his classic movie franchises. Okay.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
So what else does he want to reboot? Star Wars? He might not
Yeah,
like it, but it's still iconic as fuck.
Maybe he didn't notice that he's old. And that might not happen. Hey, and supposedly the producer of Indiana Jones 5 will be George Lucas.
Hey, everything coming together. Fuck. Well, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg created the first Indiana Jones, so not a big surprise there.
Yeah. I think I've only seen memes from Indiana Jones. So I'm not really that excited that the new one is coming out, because I'd never seen the previous ones. Only heard some bullshit like he hid in a refrigerator to shield himself from nuclear explosion. So there you go.
Yay!
Glowing endorsement.
Nuclear explosions! And fridge! Everything!
That's it for movies, or anything?
Yeah, well, there is one more news. It's a tiny one. Angelina Jolie said that she will reprise her role as Maleficent in upcoming Maleficent 2. So this is the only other, let's say bigger news last week. So yeah, that's about it. So the only thing that we need, that we have to go, are the game releases in the upcoming week, and this is the week for fans of sports games. Pro Evolution Soccer 2018. Pro Evolution Soccer 2018 will come out September 12th on PC, PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. Rayman Legends Definitive Edition, which is one of the three, not sports games that I have on the list, I think. Will be released as well September 12th on Nintendo Switch. Another one not sport game is Divinity Original Sin 2, releasing on PC September 14th.
4 days, guys.
And now a lot of sports game, NBA 2K18. Oh, by the way, every single game that I will say now will come out September 15. So, NBA 2K18, PS4, PC, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Switch. NBA Live.
And remember,
18. What?
For the basic one, Shaq basically tells you to go fuck yourself.
NBA Live 18, PS4, Xbox One. NHL 18, PS4, Xbox One. I don't know how you say it. It's VRC, WRC.
Probably.
7, PC, PS4, Xbox One. Okay. So 5 sports games this week only, and the release of FIFA 18 is not that it's not that far away. And the only two that I have left are Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, a standalone DLC, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the one that I didn't notice earlier, Metroid Samus Returns on 3DS. So yeah, this is it. These are all the games in the upcoming week. Well, not all of the games, because there are shit ton of those games. But these are the major releases next week.
Yeah, I think out of all those games, I'm waiting Original Sin 2. That's the one I'm most excited about.
Hey, so you're waiting for Divinity.
Yep, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, we'll see about that, but let's hope it will be awesome.
And Larian Studio is a relatively good studio, I think. I remember in the first game there was a funny bug with the crossbow, where you were able to basically shoot it like an automatic weapon, at least if you wanted to kill your companions.
Yeah, and the other thing was that that you could basically create a barricade with vases or boxes or something, and the bosses even couldn't destroy it. So as long as you didn't destroy it and you were far enough for them to not be able to attack you, you were able to win every single encounter.
Yeah, basically you've built a wall out of the vases. The boss was on the other side, so you could shoot a magic missile using crossbow or bow, so it was easier to kill them. Not every boss, mind you, because there weren't vases everywhere. But it was still a funny way to deal with a very hard enemy. And I imagine in this installment of the Original Sin games, there's gonna be some other ways to abuse the system, I guess. Because from what I know, you as one of the playable races is an undead. Well, maybe not races, but characters. Is an undead, and you can basically choose whichever race of an undead you want to be. So lizard, dwarf, elf, human. And you will be able to play that. So if enemy sees you, you can... What?
Undead, I think. Or just a corpse.
No, play dead. So pretend you're dead.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
So if you get attacked, you basically play dead and they ignore you and they're separate ways. So I can imagine this is gonna be a good abuse of the system. Because if I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna play as an undead rogue. And I'm gonna just play that everywhere if I get caught.
Well, I have no idea if I'm going to play this. If I will,
yeah,
then
the game's gonna be somewhat expensive, at least for us.
I think it's 50 euros, 49.99.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite a lot in Polish zloty.
Yeah. So yeah, if I'm going to play, well, if I'm going to play it, then for sure I would want to play with you, because it was fun when we've played the first one.
Yeah, the game is best played in co-op mode.
Yeah, you can play it alone, but there's no real fun in that. Well, there is fun, but not as much fun as with co-op.
It's best to play with someone else and fuck your friends over.
Yeah, that's why I probably won't play it with you.
Oh.
Well, I have enough of this shit in Saints Row, and the Saints Row is now almost over. And it's much, it's no more than 12-hour game. And the fucking Divinity will be a 60-hour game, so... Can you imagine my stress every time?
I think Divinity 2 is up to 100 hours in classic mode, because there are two modes. Basically, something like normal mode when all fights are easy, and classic mode when you have to basically use your environment and everything. At least that's what they said they will be doing in this game.
Okay, so
if you
see,
play
it's even to fucking up to fucking 100 hours long. So
not 200, hundreds.
So up to 100 hours long. So can you fucking imagine basically putting up with your shit for 100 hours every time you want to kill me?
Yeah, but we'll be playing with your best friend.
I prefer to play alone.
Yeah, if you play together, let's face it, it's gonna take more. Finish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot more.
Yeah,
and
especially if they kept the mechanic where just one person can talk with the quest guy.
Right now, no. I know that for a fact that every time both of us can talk with someone, and we have to be both present to talk with someone.
Oh, because in the first game we could basically, you were talking with the guy and I would walk around him and steal his shit from his house.
Yeah. Yeah, this was awesome.
Yeah, just keep him occupied and I will walk around sneaking and
we'll
steal
see.
his stuff.
But here's the thing. I know this is technically still a podcast, but this is what I want to address. You guys never play the game with Arind, okay? And believe me, it is fun as fuck. Up to a point where when he decides to fuck me over, and then it's fucking tedious.
For you.
Well, yeah, for me. For you, it might be great time. For me, it's fucking tedious. So
for me, it's the best fucking thing ever.
So we were talking about doing a series out of this, out of Divinity, like a full-blown series on this channel, but I don't know if I'll be able to fucking do it because of everything that can happen.
I can promise that I'll be on my best behavior for first 4 episodes.
Okay, so we're doing a 10-hour long episodes then.
Yeah, I don't think I can last much longer.
So we are doing 10-hour long episodes then, because I want at least to enjoy half of the game normally.
Yeah, and I have 50 hours to fuck you over. Even more than that, because when I start fucking you over, basically I'll be extending our playthrough.
Yeah, and that's how this series will never will never come to an end because I won't have any more patience and energy to play with you.
Yay.
Okay, but that's a discussion for another day. So thank you everybody so much for listening. If you watched the Slime Rancher that I was playing during the whole podcast, there will be more episodes coming out of this game because I really enjoy it. And thanks Arin for joining me as always this week as well. And we'll see you and hear from you in the next one. So take care and keep your ear to the ground.
Bye.